This episode is sponsored by Hello Honeydew, a leading free utilities concierge service. Hello Honeydew is a free service designed to relieve the stress of a moving house, and it saves you time, money, and headaches on all your essential home service needs. We will hook up your gas, electricity, internet, TV, water, and home security systems in just one 15 to 20-minute phone call. You will also receive a free Amazon Echo Dot just for setting up an appointment. If you have closed on a house and have received your closing date, call us now for a free appointment and a free Amazon Echo Dot at 732-859-2019 and visit us at hellohoneydew.com for more information. From the studios in beautiful Oceanport, New Jersey, welcome to the biggest and greatest podcast ever. I'm your host, Ray K. Hey, Ray K here. Welcome to my show again. And I have a surprise guest. He was on actually about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's, I call him my sidekick on my Slice and Jersey pizza show. A good friend of mine. And he's back. Bullseye. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Bullseye's back.
Bullseye, ex-sports announcer, big college guy. You got some news, right, Bullseye? Why don't you go into your news?
I'm an ex-play-by-play man for Seton Hall University, so I'm very excited tonight because the Pirates are in the tournament. They play Wofford, which is in South Carolina.
That should be a blowout win, right? I mean, I never heard of Wofford.
Actually, Wofford has got a better seeding than Seton Hall. Wofford is 7.
Okay.
And the Hall is coming in an 10th seed. The key to Seton Hall is Miles Powell. Do you know who he is? Do you know about Miles Powell?
Is that the guard? Is that the guard?
He's the guard from Trenton.
Yep.
And he's a junior. And he shoots beyond the NBA three.
Okay.
And nails them. I know you're a big three-point shooter.
Yeah, I like the three. They could bring it back out 5 feet behind the three, and they're shooting better and better. You know, every time in college, it's unbelievable. It's like a 15-footer from 10 years ago, the way they hit that thing.
Do you believe basketball should change any kind of its rules, its structure, or anything to make the game better?
Oh, I believe they should make the court longer, and then I believe they should move that three-point line back a lot further. I bring it back about 35 feet.
Wow.
I go. Well, what's it now? 24, 23?
25, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, all right.
25, 25.
I go back 10 more feet because they could go. I'd really make it a worthwhile three. To make it three, to me, would have to be a big deal. It can't be like a layup. So 35. I want to bring that percent down to about 22%. I want an inside game. I want to go old school. I want to keep it.
Right, it would actually bring back the four-corner kind of a game.
The four-corner, the pick and roll, all the old 1980s, 1970s.
College game.
Yeah, like the old college.
Like Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, the Knicks, of the 69, 70. That's my idea of basketball, the way it was supposed to be played.
The Globetrotters.
Yeah, not chucking up threes. I would actually have a 45-point foot shot for 4 points. I go to 4. That way, if you're down by 4, with about a second or two left, then you got a shot.
Half-court shot would win it, right?
Yeah, rather than like it's over. So I think that would add to it. So let me ask you a question, Bullseye. When was the last time Seton Hall? What year was that when they made a big run? It's like 80, 88 or something?
89.
That was 89?
We played Michigan.
Okay.
And the big, I remember I recorded that on VHS at the time, and I have it on DVD still, and it's still tough to watch. Because,
really? You took it that bad?
Oh, man. We were in that game. We should have won that game. And there was a phantom foul at the end. And that was the big controversy. If you remember that game, there was remember Ramil Robinson?
Was that the game he had like 44 or some big game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Steve Fisher had taken over as the coach of Michigan, so and PJ, of course, was the coach of Seton Hall. That made PJ's fame. He went on to make big money because of that.
And they had like an odd group of people, right? They had that Andrew Gaze, who was like 28 years old.
Andrew Gaze was from Australia.
Okay, he was unbelible, right?
Yeah, he was great. I'm looking at it now, actually.
Yeah, and they had a couple other guys, right, that were like a little unorthodox, I guess. I don't know what it was.
Glenn Rice was on Michigan, right? And remember Glenn Rice?
Yeah, right.
And it was a great year Seton Hall had in '89. It was a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens tonight. love Pirate basketball. So
Is it parity, full parity? Like anybody can win it? It's not like Duke or those 3 or 4 teams. Like anybody could win.
I don't know. Yeah, everyone's thinking Duke because of Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
So he reminds you, he's like a bulldozer, that guy.
I saw he weighs about 285. I mean, that's like a big Charles Barkley like.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Boy,
scary.
Things have changed. So that's going on tonight, the NCAA.
Okay.
So, yeah, whatever. Do you have a pick? Do you have any?
Well, my wife's a big Duke fan because she liked Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner and all those guys.
Right.
And, they had their run, and she always liked them and Coach K. I like Coach K myself because of the K factor, and that's my Ray K, so I like him.
Right, of course.
Some people think I look like him. I don't think so.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't get that connection. De Niro, people say that.
You got to wear your hair like him. You got to plaster it down.
Maybe if I do it like that, I'll look like him, I guess, But so I'm gonna go with them for peace in the house. I want to.
All right. Well, let's see here. What's going on? Villanova's losing at halftime. Wow. Kentucky's in the lead. Florida's losing. So we'll see what happens in the brackets. I'm hoping the Hall can go as far as they can because it would be fun.
Is it the best tournament in the world? The March Madness even better than the Super Bowl?
I think so. I think
Mm-hmm.
so. FDU is playing tonight, so they're getting blown out by Gonzaga. So that's not even a.
Yeah, I always kind of root for them for some reason. They always make it pretty deep, and then they always lose around 8 or 16.
Like teams like Lamar and teams like that they used to get in the tournament.
Right.
Texas Western. Remember Texas Western?
Yeah. Didn't they beat UCLA like in 1970 or?
Wasn't that Jim McMillan or something?
Yeah, I remember Sports Illustrated. They had like maroon shirts or something. I don't know.
Red and white.
Red and white. Yeah.
I remember Jacksonville with Artis Gilmore.
Right. Yeah. Number 52.
With the afro.
Yeah, they made it pretty deep, right? They made it like.
You used to have an afro, didn't you?
Yeah, he was like 7'2", and with the afro, he was up to about 7'6", so it looked pretty imposing on the court,
Did you ever have an afro in your life?
I did. You remember back in '76 when that was the year I had that little pick, and remember that? Yeah. I had it for like 6 months, and it took like 8. It took a while to grow out, But I don't know. Yeah, it was. Those
were the days.
Those were the days. It was easy to comb though. You just had to get out of the shower, and you didn't have to comb it, So.
Yeah.
But you had one too, so don't laugh.
We all had one, right?
Yeah,
we all had one.
That was the thing.
You get the hair like the guy. Remember the painting guy who would paint the portraits? Remember the fro he had? What was his name? The Chia Pet. They made the Chia Pet after him. The guy who would paint the pictures, and he'd make the beautiful backgrounds, and he'd make the.
Leroy Neiman?
No, he's online. The guy. He's got the puffy hair. Anyway, I'll find him.
I don't know.
He was an artist. He did the art. He would paint pictures. He had the puffy hair. What the heck was his name? I'll think of it in a second.
Richard Simmons, right? He had the puffy hair.
Puffy hair. He's the worst.
You're bringing back some weird memories for me. Yeah. I think he had some. Didn't he have some issues like he got lost or something for like a couple months or something? There was something.
Yeah,
with him, right?
People thought he was a woman and all that other.
There was some kind of stuff with him.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All
Whatever
right.
Float you. So we got the Yankees coming up. You were Yankee fans. We have that in common as well.
Oh man, big time. This is going to be, a fun run for the next 5 years, in my opinion.
You think so?
I think so. They got a pretty strong young team now. We had a couple rough years, but I mean the pitching I think is pretty good, right?
So they got 2 good first basemen, right? We all know who's going to be the first baseman.
Yeah. I like the infield. I always like Didi. So he's is he going to be back or he's injured, right? Didi.
He's no Tom Tresh, but he's okay.
He's no Tom Tresh. Tom Tresh had that one good year, And
what year was that?
I think about 63. He batted like 300, and by the time I started following, when I was 6 or 7, I thought he was a legend. Then when you look at his baseball card, he batted like 238 those years. So.
Well, in the 80s, it was the era of the shortstop. And then that became, remember all the great shortstops like Davey Concepcion and Bert Campaneris and.
Yeah, Ozzie. Who was Ozzie? That guy for the Cardinals, was it? He did the backflips. Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, they had the range. They had those jump throws, those one hop skips on the AstroTurf, deep in the hole. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
absolutely. And who was the Yankee shortstop in those days?
Back in what, the 70s?
the Bucky
70s?
Dent,
Oh, yeah,
right?
Bucky
And then
Dent.
before that was
Chicken.
Jim Mason.
Jim Mason and the chicken. Fred Stanley.
Jim Mason had the worst swing in baseball.
He was a lefty, right? He had that strange
He was
crouch.
a lefty. He was
had
his helmet fell off every time he swung the bat.
and he batted like 204, right? He was always hoovering around the 200
Yeah, he
mark.
was the worst. Yeah, he was the worst.
Yeah.
So we got the Yankees, and we got NCAA tournament, and everything else is moving ahead. And so you went on vacation, right?
Yeah, we went away. Went to Florida, one of our fun spots. You know, the Disney World. You can't go wrong there. I don't know if you've been there lately.
I haven't been there in a long time, but
Yeah.
my daughter went. She said she went to Universal. Said it was amazing.
It's great if you
ever
have.
done
that? Yeah, we did a while. We're gonna do our next one. We might do that. We didn't do it this time. I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I hear that is very, very good.
So do you do something different every time you go?
Last few times we kind of stayed at the same place because we like the Beach Yacht Club. They got a nice pool, and then you could walk to two of the parks. You just walk there. The buses are right outside, so it's like a total relaxation for 5 or 6 days. You know, so we kind of like it there. The kids like the pool. They got a volleyball thing, but it's not just for kids. You could be an adult and go there and have fun. You know. I mean,
That's what I need. I need a vacation. I work too hard.
If it was me,
Bullseye's always on.
I told my
Always
wife
on.
I'd go for, like, if I was doing it all, if I was like 28, I'd go for like 3 days just to go to Disney World and just like zone out for 3 days, take a walk on the boardwalk, ice cream, go in the pool.
We should get an office down there.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Yes, between January like 20th and April 1st, something like that, right? That's like
Slicing Jersey's corporate headquarters
in Orlando,
Slicing
Florida.
South Florida.
Maybe Miami Beach. That seems like a good pizza place, you know.
Slicing South Florida. That would be a good one.
I did a pizza thing there, but my son, I think it got deleted, and I gave it. I had a 9-1. A 9-1 at the.
No kidding, in Florida with a New Yorker.
Yeah, the pizza place in Little Italy,
Wow.
the Italian restaurant there, the one that's hard to get into.
Hey, right, I would think so. I bet you they pay big rents down there too for that.
Oh yeah, I wonder what the rent is for one of those places. $50,000 a month or something, probably.
Yeah, you never rated Totono's.
Oh,
I
I got my memory of it. You want me to tell you what I'd rate it? Because I remember what it
What'd you
tasted
rate
like.
it?
I rated a 9.00.
Wow, and that would for the people listening, that is in Staten Island, right? Oh no, where is that?
It's
Coney
in
Island?
Coney Island, Brooklyn. Yeah. Yep. Right. Yeah. It's in Coney Island.
Good pizza is a science. Whether it's the water, it's the how many turns of the dough. It's do you put oil in it? Do you put butter in it? Everyone.
Well, they have
got their own thing.
Recipe, and they had those old ovens, those old brick ovens, coal ovens. So they had their unique oven. That was the same oven they used when the grandfather owned it in like 1921. Believe it or not, that long ago. It's the oldest family-run pizza place in the country, they say, and and it tastes just like it did back then. So it's the only thing I didn't like, and I have a pet peeve with this stuff by us doing the pizza shows, is when I walked in there, because we were looking maybe to look into franchising the place because it's the best pizza in the world according to the Pizza Network, the Food Network, and the guy that was making the pizza shook my hand. Just shook my hand and then started making pizza again. You know what I mean?
So then you're saying, did you have the germs? Did you start with the germs? So if you're clean, you're fine. Because that means
I know, but you open the door. I'm shaking hands maybe with the lady.
Did he touch any part of his body in between shaking your hand and touching the pizza?
I didn't look, but but if he shook my hand. Maybe he shook. Yeah, he's probably shaking other people.
You can't think about it. You guys, you gotta leave it up to the good old immune system.
I did give it a 9.00, so I kind of got it through my system, But yeah,
I think you're better off doing it blindfolded. This way, you don't see any distractions.
Just
pure blindfold.
Just sit at the table.
We should probably do that. Pick up 10 pizzas, have you sit at a table blindfolded, and not know where they come from, and then just rate it one after
I
the
like
other.
that. Yeah.
That's a great concept.
Like a taste test. Yeah. Yeah.
That's next. Stay tuned. We're going to get back on the Slicing Jersey. Big things are happening
People
here.
are asking me. I told them we had some bad weather. I got sick that one weekend. I had that cough. So now I'm back. We got.
All right, we're back. We were, we do this in We have a plan, but we have to take care of our lives here. But we're back. Slicing Jersey is back.
Yep.
And you're back from Colorado, and you're in the you're a CBD man now, huh?
Well, I'm looking into it. We're met a great company out there. Already, they've done $10 million this year already. When I was out there 2 weeks ago, they were $8 million. Now they're up to $10 million. They're selling this stuff right now to the laboratories. They want to get their own strains. They got a big plan. Put it on that. What's that called? That KY tape. Where a lot of the volleyball people use, the tennis players, that tape. Couple basketball players. Yeah. They want to put the CBD into that, so you get the benefits of the CBD on your skin. So
it's on the patch. It's on the patch.
It's on a patch. Yeah. So the guy has some very creative ideas, and so we're checking it out, and I love to work for him. So we're talking, and
we have a lot of things. We like to be involved in many things. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Well, it's nice always to have something that you can have a huge multiplier where, if you invest $20,000, you can make $1 million, So those are always nice to have that possibility,
Right. I know you have a nice following in the financial world, and you are a venture capitalist and investor.
Well, I invest myself. I invest myself, and I'm always, looking for things. I'm more cautious now than I was when I was younger. One thing, I'm on my other podcast. You got to start slow, and you build up with your knowledge. You can't rush in and jump into anything. So. So I'm doing my learning now, and like you probably did the same thing when you're younger. You kind of jump in quicker, and you make your mistakes. And you learn. You learn that.
I'm always coming up with new ideas. You know that. Always.
You're the idea guy. You've always been the idea guy.
Entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, the idea guy, and have run into many pitfalls in my life, but we move on.
You become. Do you believe that you become stronger because of the pitfalls? Because of the mistakes? You're
right. You realize you've taken them and you've dealt with them. So what's another one going to do to you? You know what I mean? Another one's not going to knock you on your knees because you're used to getting punched in the stomach. So then you just keep going, bent over. You know what I mean? Just keep doing it.
Well, does it make you stronger though? Does it?
I guess it does. I guess it does make you stronger. Yes. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Okay.
So you keep moving forward. You keep coming with ideas. It's all about working with the right people. Trust. Life comes down to trust.
And from what I heard,
the handshake.
You are the average of the 3 people you hang out with. What do you think of that? Or the 3 or 4 people? That's who you are. If that's who you hang out with, you'll be the average of those people. If they're higher end people, they're going to pick you up. If you're hanging out with guys that may not be the greatest, you're gonna be in that category. I mean, does that make sense? Or so you got to be careful.
I wasted a lot of time on people when you look back, but at the time you said you had to do it at the time, and you look back and you say, what a waste, and you knew it was a waste when you were doing it, but you had no choice, so you did it anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a matter of options in life. Sometimes you have no options, you go towards anybody.
Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. So you can't beat yourself up in that situation because that was the move you made, and then you move forward.
That's the move you made at the time, right? And if you held on too long, that's the problem. I mean, you have to know when to bail.
So surviving that kind of situation is the key. Okay, right. You're in it, you got out of it, it's okay, and then you just move on and learn.
Well, all of these ventures over the years, and people, and contracts, and ins and outs, and you would know how that goes, right? You can give advice to everybody out there.
Well, you got to be careful. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to read everything through, all the fine print. You can't just trust that. Okay, this guy says it's okay. You gotta check it out. And the handshake thing is okay if it's someone you really trust, but usually you get burnt if it's a handshake. You agree with that?
I see online all the time all these motivators. There's somebody motivating somebody in everything. Instagram is filled with motivation. So everybody feels that they've gotten burnt at one time. So everyone wants to pick each other up, I guess. And some people want to capitalize on it and make money on it.
Now, do you believe in the motivation stuff? Everyone's into this motivation? Or is
yes and no. Yes and no. But there's always a new group of people who need it. That's the key, you get to a certain point of life, say, well, I don't need to hear it anymore. But guess what? There's a new group of 20-year-olds who want things in life. So I follow Gary V, who I think is very good.
What do you like about him? I heard of him. I've seen him.
He's got great energy. He's very knowledgeable, and he seems to. I'm older than him, but he really gets it. He gets it for a guy that's still a young guy to me. We get older, everyone seems younger than you. You go, wow.
Well, what's one of the lessons that he imparted to you? Like you could share anything that comes up?
Go on offense. Always go on offense. I've always said that, but I always said that. But it's nice when other people do it. So when you're staying on offense, you're staying. You get yourself from getting regret if you're always on offense. Instead of looking back, if you're always going on offense, that's the key. It's hard to do. And positive thoughts. You're a big positive thoughts guy, right? You're big into that.
Yeah, yeah. I try to. I read things. I read motivations that are positive because why not? I might as well be positive. And if you're not, you'll come out of it. Maybe you might be in a little lull. I mean, you're not super high energy 100% of the time.
Oh, I know you've done these past couple of shows on the depression and anxiety stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah, with Eric Hughes. Did you hear any of those shows?
Yeah, I heard a couple, but that's what all of this mind conditioning is. Being positive and memes and success stories, and I think everyone still needs to see them. What else are you going to put on the web? I mean, if it's not positive, what are you going to put on there, right? So that's really.
You're not going to put something negative mostly on your life.
Yeah, why would you do that? I mean, go live in the basement alone. Then you know what I mean? Shut the windows, stay off the web.
Well, some people. I was talking to Eric about that. Actually, get down a little bit because when they read Facebook, they see everyone's doing so great. And then they realize they have whatever issues everyone has going on, and they actually feel bad because this guy's
you can
great.
always
Look
tell
at
when
this. He's
somebody's not good. You can always tell when
somebody.
somebody's not doing good because all of a sudden you start reading these memes and they're drab. They're like, losing friends isn't the worst thing in the world. It means that person lost a friend. They almost telegraph what's happening in their life.
You could tell what's going on by
it's like why is this like a road map? If you don't say anything, nobody will know.
Now, is it better even not to be on that stuff, or you think people just like to connect, even though it's just, you're not really friends with your friends?
I give it a shot. I think it's good in a lot of ways if you're really big into marketing and advertising.
In that way,
if you want to do it, yes. Everything else, I think it's unneeded. I think you just.
Were you telling about? Today I went to ShopRite, and here's a picture of my kid. He just got his first communion.
So what do you get at something like this? God also isolates before he elevates. He has to prepare for you and your new season. It may seem like you lost friendships and relationships, but they cannot go with you in this next season.
Whoa, where'd that come from?
I just read it.
I don't know what to think of that. I don't know if that's makes me feel bad or feel good.
He isolates before he elevates.
That sounds like it's like at the end or something. I'm isolating before I elevate. I mean, what's that mean? I don't even know what that means.
He has to prepare you for your new season. What does that mean?
The new season of going to heaven or something, or new season of your new life going through a new door.
Maybe that is. This is very deep. See? Deep.
Okay, so if you isolate, maybe I'm doing something new, so now I got to kind of get isolated to get away from that old thing.
Or maybe you have to get away from the bad people before you can now move to your next step. So
Okay. Now we're talking it through. Yeah, you isolate to get away from that bad thing over there, and then you elevate because now you're isolated away from it.
So now you're humbled.
Makes sense.
You get humbled,
right?
Because if you don't go through life humbly, even success can be hurtful. You don't enjoy success unless you enjoy it humbly. So when I win my Academy Award, I will be very humble. Don't worry about it. I'll thank everybody.
Okay, I'll look for that next time when you get
everybody.
that. Give me a shout out too. I've been with you for 41 years or something. I'm losing track now, actually.
You remember Herman Munster and the Munsters when he won the Grammy Award?
That was my favorite show.
before Grandpa hit him with the nothing muffin in the throat when he was dreaming, and he went up and he got an award, and he said, "I'd like to thank all the little people who helped me, but I can't because I did it all myself."
Oh, so Herman wasn't.
That's when he had the great singing voice. And then Grandma and Lily shot the nothing muffin into his throat through a cannon.
So that was a lesson on I actually don't remember that one. I remember a lot.
I remember every episode of The Munsters. One of the best shows.
Yeah. That was it's a good lesson though, right? Be humble.
Be humble.
Yeah, because why? Let me ask you, why be humble? I know you should be, but why should you be humble? Yeah.
Because success should make you humble, because you don't feel nobody really deserves it. You know what I mean? Like, people get lucky, but why would somebody deserve it over the other? You know, because they went longer to college, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
because you were helped along the way. Someone might have paid for your college. I mean, you're getting help.
Yeah, so you helped along the way. Now, the people who don't get humble, I think, go into destruction mode eventually.
Okay.
They can't stay happy.
Okay, because the humility realizes it's not all you. You're acknowledging the help that you've gotten to get to wherever you are.
A great break, and then that's why people become philanthropists, and they want to help people. Some people don't, but that's why you should help other people. So when I'm a billionaire, don't worry.
We're getting a lot of help. Okay.
Humble.
Hey, what do you think of the that education scandal with the guy? You know, people paying to get their kids into school or rigging the whole system. And what do you think of all that? I guess it's probably been going on.
It's gone on for years now. It's finally been
coming out.
Finally coming out. Well, we know who's doing it. The Hollywood left. You know, those are the ones that are doing it. The world's greatest hypocrites. So we're glad we're glad.
Now what are they entitled because they have all this money? They feel so they're able to pay off the whoever.
They want their kids to go to USC because it's they don't want to be embarrassed if somebody else's kid does that. So everyone wants to get that sheepskin, which is a joke in a lot of ways. You're paying a lot of money for that. And
they pay like $500,000.
I've got
right?
one. I've got one. I'm glad I do. You have one. But I don't know. I've never had anybody buy anything out for me. Hey, here. Here's
the loser is you got the kid that maybe isn't well off, and he's trying to get in the right way by getting good SATs and trying to study hard, and now he can't get in because this guy paid $500,000 to this guy to get in the side door or whatever. And now the good kid that's trying hard now has to...
In colleges that charge too much anyway. They're going to charge way too much. And now that Trump is going to fix the student loan issue, try to bring the colleges to come down a little bit. He's doing with the student loans, right?
Well, because in the past, the students would get the loans, the price of the college would be blown up.
Exactly.
You have to pay $40,000 to this loan that you have to pay.
It's a shell game. It's a shell game, and it's a scam.
Now you come out of college, you're $160,000 in debt.
Yes.
And interest is building up, and you can't go back. You can't declare bankruptcy, whatever. You got to pay it back, and then you're in a hole for the next 20 years, maybe.
It's a setup.
It's a setup
scam
for the colleges to get a lot of money.
And they teach communism when you're there. Rat bastards.
So what are you saying?
And then they want to change the voting. They want you to vote at 16 so they can brainwash you from the time you're a kid. Give me a break.
So is college? That's another thing. Is college? I guess unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or maybe engineer, is college worth it at all these days? When we were young, you felt like you had to go.
It's worth it in some places. It's not worth it in others, and it's obvious. When you look at going resumes and you apply for jobs, they do all ask for it. So it's the internships in college that help people.
So college helped you because without the telecommunications background, you couldn't have done your job.
Absolutely, if you didn't go to college. Yes. And going to Seton Hall helped me because it's a rich tradition, and I've gotten to new people, and everything helps you a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like growing up in the same town together. So it's just another extension of that. You know, like I was never in one of these fraternities. Hey, were you ever in a fraternity? So that was just like another degree of that, you know, unification, that they help each other out after college, you know?
Oh, the fraternity. So you joined a fraternity, so you kind of settle a little bit. Now you have more connections after college.
Right.
That's
right.
what it's
So
about. Okay, I didn't
life's
think about
about connection.
Now, how come
Life's
you,
about connections.
now you're a connection guy. How come you didn't go into fraternity? I figured you'd be in one. You're a sociable guy.
People piss me off, so
Because you got to go through that initiation and there's all that stuff.
Yeah. Like I can't be bothered with people telling me what to do. Bark like a dog, up yours. I'm not barking like a dog. Drink this, you drink it.
I remember those initiation nights. You see like a group of like 12 guys, and they would like, you know, herd them around, and it was, you know, that's kind of why I didn't get into it either. You know.
Yeah, I was always anti-establishment. You know. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Remember that word?
Yeah, the longest word in the world, right?
That's
26
my life.
letters.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Okay, so you went against the standard stuff.
I went against the grain.
Okay.
I ran against the traffic.
Okay. All the time?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Sometimes you got to go with the traffic.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. That's an issue. That's for the shrink.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
oh,
fair.
what a show!
All
now,
right.
This is radio.
Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. I like having you on. We can catch up on all this stuff.
Yes.
I think we covered.
Moving forward, we're going to have a lot of news to update people, right? Soon coming up. We'll tell them about all of our ventures, and as we move forward.
Yeah, we're going to keep updated.
Keep people posted.
Yeah, we'll keep updated every 2 or 3
Hello,
weeks.
Honeydew is a great thing. I know they are your sponsor, and I am involved in working with them.
Yeah, you're coming on board. Yeah, you have a lot of nice little connections in real estate. We're going to have seen some of your guys come on board now, starting soon, which is nice. Yeah,
believing it's networking.
Well, it's a broker. It's a great thing because it's a broker support thing, and there's no charge to it. So it seems to be a great business model, and we're helping.
Anybody
people.
out there who's a realtor, right? Anybody out there who's a realtor and they want to get involved, it's great. It's a great value added. It's great for your reputation. Give Ray a call.
Hey, you know, it's building, so it's fun when you start from scratch, and then you see something start taking off. So they say it's the journey. You know, I think there is something to that. It's not the end result, even though that's good if it's great. But that journey is pretty exciting. You know, when you go through some lumps and bumps, and then you start seeing some light, and then you get great success. It's a cool thing.
And then when you get old, you can tell all of the younger generations all about it.
I'll be with my slippers. By the way,
you'll be wise.
Are you in
Ray K? Gold slippers.
Are you in your evening attire?
I am in my basketball ready attire.
Okay.
My comfortable pants. My feet will be up soon. I will be watching Miles Powell and the Seton Hall Pirates. If I don't fall asleep. But,
okay.
What are we gonna?
Okay. All right.
But I'll try to stay up because I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper tonight. I'm treating myself.
Okay. That sounds good.
Big night.
Sugar free. All right.
Absolutely.
Let's do my hit and miss. I'm gonna just give you a few words. You say the first thing that comes to mind. How's that sound?
Oh boy.
All right.
All right.
I always say this is the hardest part of the show because you don't know what I'm going to come up with, and I'm going to put you on the spot. You know, but that's the name of the game.
That's what we love about you, Ray K. You're a man of mystery.
All right. Hey, you got to keep a little mystery. Muhammad Ali, right? All the greats had that mystique.
You're like Frank Messer.
Who?
Frank Messer.
Frank Messer, the old Yankee announcer. You had to like him. How can you not like Frank Messer, right? I mean, come on.
His sideburns. He had those
yeah. He was a nice guy, you know. All right, ready? All right, here we go. Silence.
What's the word?
Silence.
Hello. You dial. Wait, I can't hear you. We're breaking up. We're breaking.
All right, silent. It's like Silent Night. Silent.
You're telling me. What do you want me to say something that comes
first
to my
thing
mind?
that comes to mind, and this isn't all
I lost
easy.
This game. Let's start all over again. Okay, the first word is silent.
Silent. Yes.
Prayer.
Okay. Bobby Orr.
Defenseman.
Honda. Yes.
John Havlicek. That was Hondo.
Okay. Success.
Still trying, though. Worth the effort.
Lifting heavy weights.
Lifting heavy weights. No pain, no gain. Wow.
DVD.
DVD?
Yep.
Obsolete, kinda.
CDs.
CDs?
Yeah.
Very obsolete.
Okay. Elvis Presley.
The King. I used to like Elvis Presley a lot.
Okay. And last one,
Yeah.
Nero.
Oh. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Okay.
Is that Nero?
I don't.
Nero?
Whatever comes to mind. I'm gonna go along with you on that one. That was great. That was great. All right, that was Bullseye.
Nero. I used to have a Nero haircut. Was that like the way when you used to cut the bangs? Was that Caesar? That's a Caesar haircut.
Yeah. Well, I think Nero had one of those too, didn't he? Now that I think.
Nero,
I'll
right,
have to
right,
Google
right.
him and go image.
With the toga. Right? Did he have a toga?
Those were the days, I guess, huh? Would you have liked
What
to?
a show!
Would you have liked to have lived back then, in like the year 09?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I had the guts. I would have been like, do whatever you want.
It might have been a little bit rough back then.
You had to fight for everything, and everything was an argument. And
You had to be rich. You would have had to be born into wealth,
rich.
right?
I would have just been like, just give me some bread. I'll take water. you guys fight it out. Everybody was fighting. It was fighting.
And you couldn't get sick, I guess, or couldn't catch any diseases because there's probably no hospitals or anything, right? You had to suffer through it. But people did live to be in the 80s back then, right? They lived old.
You think you could have ever went to the military? You think you could have ever been like a Marine?
I don't think so. 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 No, I used to worry about it during Vietnam when I was like 8, and it was on the back of your mind that might have to go over there, and I would have probably went, but in my mindset now, I definitely would not have went. I would have rather have gone to away for 5 years rather than going there.
Just shoot into the air.
In my mindset now, but back then I was probably with the program and like, I don't want to go, but I guess I have to.
Yeah, a lot of people were like that.
Would you have gone in your mindset? Say,
No way.
Oh, you still want, even in your mindset back then, you would have been.
I guess if I had to, but I don't want to be yelled at.
You would have figured a way to get out of it.
I don't know. I don't know if I was smart enough. I just would have went and just.
You might have went with the program too.
Hey, you never know. I could have been the next Colin Powell.
Hey, I could picture you with some medals on your chest.
General Patton. That could have been.
There you go. Last one. I'll do one more, and then we'll go watch some NCAAs. Favorite general.
Favorite general. Lou Michaels, New Jersey Generals, was the head coach.
Oh, okay. You're thinking outside the box.
Donald Trump was the owner.
He was actually the owner of the Generals. I didn't know that.
He was the owner of the Jersey
he was involved
Generals,
somehow.
right?
Somehow involved.
Remember that USFL?
I remember the U.S. Herschel Walker. Yeah.
Herschel Walker. See, you asked me general. I said Lou Michaels.
There you go.
Who's
All
going
right.
to know that?
All right. Good. That was Bullseye. I'm Ray K. Another great evening, and we'll see you next time.